North York condos are a popular choice for both investor and end users, leading to the development of many new condos along Sheppard, especially near the Yonge and Sheppard subway line. In today's video, we explore one of the most sought after condo areas in North York, and that is Bayview Village. Over the past few decades, this area has undergone several phases of transformation. If you're curious about how condo prices have been impacted by the interest rates and want an overview of the community, be sure to stick around right after this. If this is your first time in the Living in the Greater Toronto Area channel and you want to know everything about living in the Greater Toronto Area, then subscribe below and tap the bell for notifications so you can be the first to know about the current market here in Toronto, Ontario. My name is Antonio and my business partner is Van. We get calls every day from people just like you, so whether you are moving in 9 days or 9 months, feel free to reach out as all of our contact information is in the description box below. We will be happy to help you make a smooth move to the Greater Toronto Area. Now let's take a look at the Google map, and we are looking at Bayview Village. As you can see, it is west of Henry Farm that we spoke in the last video. If you haven't checked the video on the condos at Henry Farm, which I think is a much more affordable, newer condos, you can definitely watch that video, and I will try to leave the link in the description box below so you can check it out after watching this video. So now let's quickly take a look at the boundary of Bayview Village. You can see the north border is Finch Avenue East on the north, and on the west we can find Bayview Avenue, and it's bordered on the south along the Highway 401, and on the east we have the border of Leslie Street. And now let's zoom in a little bit to show you the location of all the condo at Bayview Village. Basically, it is all along and centered around Sheppard Avenue here, due to the vicinity of the Yonge and Sheppard subway line that is run along the Sheppard Avenue. And starting from the left, we have Bayview subway station, and right on the middle of Bayview Village you find Bessarium, the next subway station. And on the very east we have Leslie Station, which is closer to Leslie Street. So in this community you have basically 3 subway stations that serve the community. Now let's give you a detailed look of all the condos location. As you can see, most condos are located here near Bayview in this cluster here. And moving along here from the Bessarium station, you can see most of the condos are situated on the south side at this cluster here. So you see condos here, and condos over here. So these are the second cluster of condos at Bayview Village. And lastly, this is the newest condo development at Bayview Village that is located along Leslie but a little bit north, which is one of the newly Tridell's building in this cluster over here. So in an overview, you can see the cluster of condos along here, Bayview and Sheppard, and then we have Bessarium station on the south side that is just along the Bessarium subway station to Leslie station on the southeast corner. And lastly, we have north of Sheppard at Leslie here at this little cluster. So mainly there are 3 clusters of condos at Bayview Village. Now let's hop back onto the Google map and let's talk about some of the amenities at Bayview Village. And let's start with the most western part of Bayview Village, and right along the Sheppard you find most of the commercial and retailing happening all along Sheppard Avenue. And the main attraction is the Bayview Village Shopping Center that is just located north of Bayview subway station. And this is a upscale and luxurious shopping center, and they have the Loblaws right inside this mall. And as you can see, most of the shops and decoration are much more upscale than most of the traditional shopping centers, due to the fact that most of the population here at Bayview Village, they usually have a higher household income. And as you can see, most of the decoration are much more in the luxurious side of things. and they have plenty of high-end bakery store, and also they carry many of the luxury brand inside this Bayview Village shopping center as well. So some of the stores that are available here, including the Starbucks, we have some specialty coffee shop like Literie, and there is a CIBC bank inside the mall as well, and some others traditional big box retailing like Sephora and Shoppers and such. And let me quickly give you an overview of the exterior of the shopping center. And this is the Sheppard Avenue where most of the retailing happening, and this is the front of the Bayview Village, and this is the parking lot at the exterior of the Bayview Village shopping center. There's also a LCBO, and here's a quick look. Right along the Sheppard, you can also find many of the smaller street plazas, and for example here you can find Mountain Co-op. So let me give you a street view again. So these are some of the street plaza along the Sheppard Avenue, and you can find some small independent stores such as the Pizza, the Pet Value, and also you can find the Mountain Co-op in North York. And here you can find many of the camping gears and also outdoorsy type of equipments, bikes and sportwear. And moving along, you can also find another street plaza closer to Leslie Street, and here you can find a very popular Chinese restaurant, JMY Chinese Cuisine. This has been here for quite some time and has been one of the popular choice for banquet and some traditional Chinese Cantonese cuisine. These are some of the dishes that you can find here, and they serve authentic and high-end Cantonese cuisine. And within this plaza you can also find some dental offices and medical centers, such as the rehab here at Oreo Physiotherapy. And of course you find North York General just right along the Leslie, which is very convenient. And before Leslie you can find a huge plaza here that has some more of the big retailing, such as the Canadian Tire. And one of the most popular destinations of North York is the IKEA. This is a huge IKEA that has many floors and a huge selection of display. This is one of the most popular destinations if you are looking to shop at IKEA, and they have also fantastic cafe inside here IKEA in North York. You can also find the McDonald's and also a Starbucks right beside Canadian Tire. So there are really a lot of things going on here at Bayview Village right along the Sheppard Avenue, so you can basically find almost everything within this community. Let me give you a street view of this huge plaza, and right along there you can see like many of the Concord buildings was also built right along here. And here is the huge Canadian Tire that I was talking about, and the McDonald's just right across. And here you can also see many retailings on the ground level. Many new condominium was also built along this community, makes it a very attractive area to live for young professionals. So now just right in there you can find the IKEA, which is one of the largest location in Toronto, and this is by far one of the most popular location for IKEA. Right at the end of this street also you find straight ahead is the North York General, which is one of the better hospital in Toronto, and this is by far one of the largest better hospital in Toronto. So really here you can find almost everything within this community. So now let's get back to Realm, and we are looking at Bayview Village and for all the condo sales, and we are just looking at the month of December of last year in 2024. Can you believe it? It's already the new year in 2025. But anyways, here are the data. We have 16 total sales since December 1st of 2024, which is a pretty good sign, having 16 sales. But spoiler alert, it is not all shiny and sunshine or rainbow. Let's explore one of the latest sales here in December 30th. Let's look at all the one bedroom first. And the most recent sale was 676 Sheppard Avenue, unit 709. It is a 1+1 with 2 washrooms, and the sold price was $549,000, and the maintenance cost is about $736, and has been on the market for 90 days. So this is a fairly large unit, between 700 to 799 square foot. Credit to Condo.ca. This building is St. Gabriel Manor, and it was built in in 2011. So it is roughly about 13 to 14 years old building, and it is currently averaging about 801 per square foot, usually on the past 365 days, that what Condo.ca referred to. Though it is not a relatively a super new building, but within the 14 years. And this is a boutique condo, meaning that it's not a high-rise condo. And this is the interior, and that's how it looks like. So this is the view of the space, which is quite large for a 1+1 den unit at Bayview Village. And this is a 1-bedroom with a den, and this is part of the amenity on the upper floor. And here is the exterior look of the building. This is roughly about 6-story high. It is not a high-rise building. It does come with parking space and also 2 bathrooms. According to the floor plan, it is 770 square foot. So if we divide the sale price of $549,000 by 770 square feet, we get roughly about $713 per square foot, which is already below the average given by Condo.ca of 801. So this is not a good sign. And let's check the property history. And as you can tell, this is mainly an investment property which has been leased over the years since 2011. So now fast forward today, this definitely took longer than 90 days that was stated on this listing. In fact, they were listed since June of 2024 for $579,000, and 2 months later they have reduced the price to $565,000 in August 13 of 2024. It was terminated in late September, which now he resets the counter for the days on the market. Then after that, for 90 days, they finally sold it in December 30th, which is not long ago, for $549,000. So it really has been almost half a year on the market, and it was listed for $579,000. It has been reduced about $30,000 based on the original $579,000. And as you can tell, there is a struggle for a seller to sell the unit since June of last year. This is another classic example of what condo are selling in the current market, where sellers have to adjust the new pricing, and a 1-bedroom condo unit here can sell as low as $713 per square foot on a roughly 14 years old building. So now let's continue on looking at the 1-bedroom here at Bayview Village. And the next one, and the second most recent sale, was on December 28th at 121 McMahon Drive, Unit 512, which is also a 1+1 condo unit, but this one is just a 1 washroom. However, this is a newer building, so let's take a look. And the maintenance fee is about $619. This is a newer building by Concord 8X, which is one of the main builder here at the Leslie subway station near IKEA and the Canadian Tire. As you can tell, this is a high-rise building. It is much more modern and also a very nice lobby. And this is the condo unit, which is wide open with floor-to-ceiling windows that draw tons of natural lights, and also updated flooring. And here's another angle, which I think this is a pretty nice condo unit with very large rectangular layout. And here we see the newer modern backslash and also carpentry. And here you can also see the pretty spacious den that can be used as a study room or maybe an additional guest room. And here is the bedroom, which is quite modest in size. And here's another angle from the entrance, and here you can see the ensuite laundry. It comes with a balcony as well. It seems like they have a jacuzzi, and they have multiple jacuzzi. And here's the exterior with a nice terrace for barbecue. So this also comes with a parking spot, and it has been sold for $571,500. This is 121 McMahon Drive, which is Tango Condos by Concord 8X, and it is built in 2015, which is almost 10 years old building and a little bit newer than the previous condo that we just saw. According to Condo.ca, it is averaging about $893 per square foot for the past 365 days. So not bad for a 10 years old building. This is between 600 to 699 square feet, which they did not specify exactly how big is the unit. Let's assume this is about 650 square feet, and it turned out to be be roughly about $879 per square foot according to the sale price of $571,000, which is just a tad bit below the average of the 365 days of $893 per square foot, which is still relatively on the average. So on a 10 years old building, you will probably be expecting from this builder at about $880 to $897 per square feet. So now let's check out the property history of this unit here. So here you can clearly see the struggle for the seller. This unit was actually bought by the current seller for $610,000 back in 2021, and he tried selling it since July of 2024 and listed for $628,000. Obviously it didn't happen and was terminated 2 months later in September and relisted for $598,000. A few months later it was expired at $598 and relisted in November again for $598 and eventually sold in December 28 for $571,500. I'm not even factoring the agent fee and the closing fee, but the current seller bought it for $610 in 2021. So we're talking about 4 years with a deficit. So this is definitely not a good sign. I could go on and on for the 1 bedroom, but let's move on to the 2 bedrooms in Bayview Village. For the month of December of last year in 2024, we only have 4 transactions. So let's go with the most recent, which is the one that was sold in December 30th of 2024, and this is 117 McMahon Drive, Unit 709. And this is a 2 bedroom with 2 washroom, and the maintenance fees is roughly about $758 and only been on the market for 14 days, between 800 to 899 square feet. This is relatively new building, between 0 to 5 years old. There are 2 towers here, 113 and 117 McMahon, and this is Omega on the Park by Concord Attics and built in 2019. This is basically less than 5 years old, and the average for the past 365 days is $948 per square foot. And let's take a look. This is a high-rise building. It is stated at 848 by the builder's floor plan. And let's quickly take a look inside the unit, and this is the exterior of the building, which is relatively modern, and there are a few towers that were built in between. I help clients buy and lease in here. I'm quite familiar with this building, and this is a floor plan that is quite huge. We're talking about 848 square feet, and this is a very practical layout with a flush kitchen layout, which opens up a large space in a condo unit like this. And here's another angle, and you can see that there is almost floor to ceiling windows that draws tons of natural light, and the built-in closet for the bedrooms. And here you can see a fairly stylish and modern washroom. Here's another look of the bedroom, which is quite modest and also very bright. And here you can see a huge balcony throughout the unit. So this unit was sold for $770,000, which I think is a pretty nice price point. And if we divide that by the square footage of 848, we get roughly about $908 per square foot, which is pretty nice price point compared to what is stated earlier in Condo.ca for $948 per square foot, which is still below the average. This type of 2-bedroom during the peak could easily go way over $800,000. And here is an example of a condo unit where they priced it correctly. They can sell pretty much within a week or 2. So now let's take a look at condo for the 3 bedrooms. And the last sales, we have to go back to all the way to November because there aren't any sales in December at all. And also 3 bedroom are hard to come by, as many condo buildings, they have less than 3 or 2% of 3 bedroom in a condominium. And 27 McMahon is a brand new building that was just completed in 2024. And the maintenance fee is about $933, and the square footage is between 1,000 to 1,199 square feet. This is one of the latest phases from Concord Attics, the Saison's Condos. Obviously, they don't have the average per square foot ready, and you can see it from the client remark. It is a brand new 3-bedroom with 3 washroom, and they did not specify the exact square footage. So let's assume that it's somewhere near 1,100 square feet. So according to the sale price of $1,110,000, so you can safely assume the price per square foot is about $1,010, and it is safe to assume that this price at 1,010 per square foot would probably be below the pre-construction price. Now let's quickly take a look at the unit. As you can see, it's quite spacious. They have all updated flooring throughout with floor to ceiling windows, and the unit looks spacious and bright. Here is another view, and what I like about the Concord attic is that the kitchen is pretty flush, so they can have much more space in a condo like this. And here is another view, which is quite spectacular, and it looks like they have a very stylish and also huge washroom. And here is the look of the bedroom with wraparound floor to ceiling windows and a huge walk-in closet and very stylish and modernized washroom. Here's the view of the spectacular balcony, and here is the exterior of the building. And as you can see, this location is just nearby the IKEA. Here's a quick look at the property history, and it was actually listed for sales since August of 2024 for $1,380,000, and it was terminated and relisted for a reduced price of $1,188,000 in September, and finally sold in November for $1,110,000. So it's safe to say the newest building here is selling roughly about 1,010 per square foot currently here in Bayview Village. And that wraps up our neighborhood tour of Bayview Village in North York. I hope you enjoy exploring the area and learning about the condo options that are available. While the condo market has been sluggish in 2024, I anticipate a slight dip in 2025, though not by much. It may even remain relatively flat. That's just my perspective, but with an additional 40,000 units set to be completed this year, there's definitely room for negotiation. For condo buyers, 2025 could be an excellent year to explore opportunities, given the relatively higher inventory levels. If you have any question or want to chat about condos in this area, feel free to reach out using the first link in the description. I'm here to help with any question or insights you may need. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. There's plenty more great content coming soon. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.